Yeah. What up, though? Check. All right. What up, though? It's been a long ass time since I've done one of these, honestly. But yes, this is going to be an episode of the Beat Detective. Why? I don't know. I write episodes honestly and have them put up for times like this. Sometimes I don't want to say shit. Sometimes I'm just like, this probably ain't the time for this. So I might save it, store it, and then come back to it type shit. But nonetheless, Squish Arcana is here. If y'all can see the title, I hope. Um, it's something that I have been thinking about, and also once again something I was tagged in. Um, I wasn't really looking for this one, but you know, kind of like with most of the Beat Detective episodes, never really go looking for it. Kind of just comes to me. You know what I mean? So this is basically my version of the Sound Archive and how trauma, memory, and the brain all coincide together some kind of way. And also, your brain never stops recording. Think about that. So let's go ahead and get into this shit. Get what you need for the episode, for this ride, whether it's the cannabininos, you know what I'm saying, or whatever you may indulge in, you know what I mean. Maybe a beverage of some sort, you know what I mean, or a seltzer. Whatever you do, unwind, come, you know what I mean, and we're gonna chop it up about some shit. All right, I'm just gonna. This is me just starting this shit. I don't really have a place, but hey, um, they told me as a kid, or if you heard, especially as an athlete or someone who got hurt or some shit, right? They told time heals everything. And I understand that from many different viewpoints, you know what I'm saying? But if you think about that statement, time heals everything, makes you ask a lot of underlying questions of what is time? How does time heal? What is that process? Does it really happen? And is it natural? You know what I'm saying? This different shit that'll pop up in your head. You know what I'm saying? But what if time? It's not time doing the healing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, what if time is not the key ingredient to this equation or this recipe? You know what I mean? Um, Now, just go with me with this. What if it's not time that is doing this? What if it's sound and it's quietly in a weird way replaying the past over and over again inside you? Kind of like a past trauma vibration type of shit. You know what I mean? And going off of that, some memories don't just fade. Some memories don't just fall to the wayside type shit. You know what I mean? Like, you really have to be in tune. You feel what I'm saying? Like, cause them bitches echo. And like I understand this because this is me at a certain point. To a certain point. You feel me? It's like when you get some shit and it hurts, doesn't feel nice, don't give you the warm fuzzies on the inside, you know what I mean? And that shit seems like it does echo throughout your body. but in a sense to where like it has nowhere to escape through, if that makes sense to anyone. But y'all let me know in the comments or whenever you fuck around and catch me on something. Um, just am I the only one that feels that way when like I can be anything other than happy and I pretty much can feel this shit, especially when I'm talking to somebody else. It's like a ringing almost, but then it's like I don't know how they. This is just for me. This is just my example, right? Okay. Well, I get mad, right? Or I get angry or get upset, whatever the fuck I'm gonna put on. I get sad. Um, but nonetheless, that shit like it's not my heartbeat, but I feel it, if that makes sense. It's like when you double down on drums in production. It's like it's a little bit harder than it was the last time. You feel me? So it's just yeah. I don't know how to explain it, and I feel like I'm going off on another tangent on some shit. But if you got them, light them, bitch. That's all I got to say to you. But no, for real though, it's hard to explain, but that's just what I feel when I go through my shits or whatever. Like it just seems like it's just a hard ass vibration that's on top of what already is going on in your body or my body for that matter. So yeah, it's just I don't know how to explain it, bro. Like it's just something that I be feeling deep down off in that motherfucker. But I know my heartbeat is doing this, but that motherfucker is like a, a crescendo of shaking or vibration. It's hard to fucking explain, man. I swear to God, I'm not batshit crazy, but I am a little crazy though. I ain't gonna hold you now. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm not just like put me in the hug me jacket crazy, but I am a bit touched in the head. So take and do with that as y'all will. Oh, don't start this shit, you fucker. I hate this shit. Stop. Stop it. Stop being a dick. Stop. Bad cat, bro. But tonight's case on the Beat Detective, what the fuck are you doing, Cameron? I'm gonna take myself out and bring myself back. But this is stupid. Why you keep doing that? I'm so lost. All right, there we go. I don't know why I keep trying to autofocus right now, but it's the fucking lights, dude. I'm not gonna do that. Okay, but nonetheless, going to be an episode of the Beat Detective about how the brain turns sound into trauma storage. Well, you know how I mentioned earlier about not being able to release that weird double vibration shit that I feel when I'm anything other than happy. Okay. Well, it does get stored somewhere. You feel what I'm saying? And it's also this episode is here to try to explain why certain noises can feel like deja vu. You never agreed to relive. Now I see why it's bad to like listen to them songs that you know put you in that place, but you don't need to really be in that place. You know what I'm talking about? Like that type shit. But that also has to deal with the whole sound and situation. So I don't know. I hope y'all can understand what I'm trying to put down with this shit. And I'm trying not to set myself on fire like it's candle. Gotta have candle burn. Yeah, get the juju's away and shit. Or just to have a good day. A good session. You feel me? But candles are necessary. I don't give a fuck who you are, what you do. Candles are peace that levels and stunts. You know what I mean? Especially if you have a shitty day. So yeah. All right, now let's bring this shit together. First topic: the brain is always recording audio and emotion. Your brain doesn't store memory like a video file. No, your brain isn't a cool ass MP4 that you can fuck around with. Even though now that I'm playing Cyberpunk, your brain really looks like a fucking deck of some sort. Like I see why cyber deck and shit. Like it's just if you ain't played Cyberpunk, I'm not gonna get into it. But if you play Cyberpunk, you can kind of see how this shit all correlates together in a way. Because Cyberpunk basically breaks you down into a computer. I don't like this freezing up shit. Stop doing that to me. I did nothing to you. Sock it to me. So, God damn, I'm watching Last Dragon. Fuck. I gotta watch that shit. It's glitching so bad. What the fuck? Damn, it's like they want me to do that bitch in the dark or something. Good thing I have a motherfucking light. You know what I mean? There you go. It has to be them lights that's making it do that. Because it hasn't done it. Whatever. We're not gonna go there. Like I said, your brain doesn't store memory like a video file. This is not an MP4. This is none of that shit. Uh, it stores it like a multi-sensory pattern, if that makes sense. Like, think about it like this: sound, emotion, body sensation, or the touchy touchies, and the meaning. And the key star player, or I guess sixth man of this shit, or I guess it'd be fifth man, would be the amygdala, which is your threat detector. I think my amygdala is fucking broken. I think something it ain't. When something intense happens to you, around you, make your quote unquote spidey sense, motherfuckers. All right. When that happens, especially fear based events, the amygdala tags the moment as this, and this is what it's quote unquote labeled as important. Never delete this. Why? Because it's more so the brain doesn't just remember what happened, it remembers what it sounded like while it happened. So even certain sounds, which for me is weird in a way, because I don't what's the word I'm looking for? I don't in my head I don't associate sounds with the amygdala, or like when it gets heightened or whatever. But I do understand it because of PTSD type shit. Like certain sounds will take you right back to that spot you don't want to be in, and then it's a fight to get out of it. So it's kind of back and forth. All right. Now, the next part I want to talk about is how sound is the fastest path to memory. Hear me out. I know this shit sounds crazy, but this is what the beat detector does. Break down shit so we get it. You know what I'm saying? Sound, like music, which makes all this shit come around. Your R&B, your drill, um, the Midnight Soul, Quiet Storms, that little mood. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see it because, like, unlike vision, which gets processed through more steps, sound has like a three-step system of enter the ear, brainstem, limbic system, aka your emotion system. Emotion center. Sorry, my bad. I'm tired talking to motherfucker. Daffy Duck at the mouth, ass. That means a sound doesn't ask permission to enter your body or your temple. Like my air conditioner, it's like low key aggravated me, but I don't want to sweat and shit, so I'd rather not do all that shit. But I definitely understand sound not asking permission. Like I don't know, maybe like have we ever thought about like road rage being sent to sounds? Motherfucker just hearing a honked horn just sends a motherfucker through the roof type shit. You know? But I could be wrong. But just a theory. Um it arrives already to make impact, if that makes sense. Like sound doesn't allow you to really it allows maybe your brain and other systems to process it, but I don't think I think you're the last one to the party, honestly. Like this person is the last one to the party type shit. Like a door slam may trigger anxiety. Um a tone of voice can instantly shift your mood. Like even though like a motherfucker don't mean it a certain way, just the tone puts you in that mind frame to be receptive of that one way. You feel what I'm saying? And then a song can bring back a whole version of your life, which is why I feel like the gaming industry and other sectors are now cashing in on nostalgia because I don't feel like it's just only sound, but I feel like sound is the one that's less talked about. But there's a lot of things I feel like sensory wise could bring back a certain part of your life and may not know how to process this shit. Um, you're what I this is what I definitely started to fucking realize, and I never knew how true that shit was until like you start observing it in yourself, type shit, or seeing it and then be like, oh, okay, that's what that does, or that's what that looks like. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, your nervous system doesn't. Not saying that it can't. I'm just saying most time it's not going to separate your past from your present cleanly. It's going to blur the lines some, the years and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's. I guess it stops being linear at that point, or no? Maybe. I don't. Hmm. Because if you don't separate past and present, that means it's not linear. So that means therefore, like you're feeling present and future all at one time. Okay, don't worry about it. I watched motherfucking Synchronic with Anthony Mackie and other guy. He was dope as shit. But I felt like just watch it. It's on Prime. It's called Synchronic. It takes place in New Orleans. It's some trippy shit. Get you a joint and watch that fucking movie. I was that was a dude. When I say that was a great movie to kind of, yeah, just please, if you don't do shit else, y'all don't listen to nothing I say, Synchronic, um, or Synchronic on Prime. Um, two paramedics who have the wildest, like, and that's what made it cool too. Shout out to the EMTs and first responder peoples that be trying to, save people lives and shit. But I've never seen a movie thus far that was based around EMTs. You know what I'm saying? Paramedical situation. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never. It's usually always police. They going on some uh like rando fucking call to the marshes and then shebang. There it goes. Motherfucker, even the people from the bayous don't fuck around and you feel what I'm saying? Like not on that type of time, like you no, bro. But nonetheless, please, if y'all can, go watch that movie. It's not a now. It's not a brain fuck like this other movie I was watching. She basically died and got stuck in purgatory. But like when she got stuck in purgatory, she had like trials and shit to do. But it was a computer there. But then you didn't know if the computer was good or it got taken over. It was rogue AI. It was trippy shit. And I still ain't finished the movie. But yeah, if y'all really want to sit down and make me think, but also the movie is fucking hilarious, watch Synchronic. I don't know why, like amongst other things, it didn't get a lot of action mainstream wise, but I would definitely bet my goddamn bottom dollar. It's a great fucking movie. Like just something for you to throw on with you and your babe, you and your wife, you and your wop do wop. You know what I'm saying? And just let it be type shit. Just let it unfold. You know what I'm saying? Like you're supposed to do. You dig? Just let it unfold and watch how it lay out there. Trippy shit nonetheless. But if you want to go on a little mind vacation, there you go. Squish Arcana approved. Next up, we're gonna get into trauma equals the stuck audio loop. Um, when trauma happens, the brain may fail to properly integrate the memory. So that means what, motherfucker? You got a corrupted file, corrupted data in your memory, fucking shit up. Probably didn't know that. I didn't either till just now. I have to reread my own shit. But still, that is very well true. Like, you insert the memory how you want it to maybe play out, happen, or whatever, but you tweak it instead of putting what actually all the good, all the whole kit and caboodle. But I could definitely see how we could fail to properly integrate a memory into the right slot, and damn near get mad because it don't fit what how we want it to fit on some shit. You feel me? So instead of becoming a stored memory lockdown, it becomes a fragmented sensory loop. So instead of having like okay, hate to do this to y'all, cyberpunk. When you go into BDs, right, or brain dances, you can look at thermal, you can look at audio, you can look at the visual of who's in the room, who's sneaking up, who's doing what, right? So I would assume the fragmented sensory loop is equal to a brain dance. How? Because you have sounds, flashes, body reactions, emotional spikes. And in turn, it's like you're observing it but not being a part of it on some shit. Like it's I don't know if that came out right. But like everything but the visual part or like the actual like what occurred isn't I don't think is there or it's blurry. But like you got the music, it's a song in the back that you can't get out your head, or like a light or something that came from over here, maybe from a camera, or somebody standing there doing this shit. Like you just it's something that you retain from the memory to try to help yourself ultimately. And this is why a lot of times for a lot of us, I feel like trauma looks or can feel like this shit here. It's happening again, even though I'm safe. Like you triggered into that survival mode and you're okay. You know what I'm saying? And even I have to fight that shit or that loop because it's like I know ain't no imminent danger like in the room. You feel me? But nonetheless, like I'm gonna watch the door regardless. Like who comes in, who comes out, anything. Like I'm gonna watch the door. Not because I have to, but it's just like it's that switch. You know what I'm saying? And no, It's not because you're fucking broken, like everyone seems to tell you nowadays. You're just broken. No, that's not always the case, my nigga. But it's could be because the brain is replaying a threat signal and sending that throughout the situation, and it was never fully resolved. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have peace with it, type shit. It's still a part in the story that make you go, huh, like the fuck, that don't fit. Why? I must know. You know what I'm saying? It'd be that type shit. You know what I mean? But you, I, they don't. I don't believe they call it this fragmented sensory loops. I think they call it like the psychological psychiatry world is feedback loops or some shit like that. Negative feedback loops, positive feedback loops, whatever you want to call it. And let me wrap this into this. This is we're gonna get into why certain sounds may trigger you. I don't want nobody saying like, "Oh, you trying to sound smart." No, it's just shit I observe from myself and others, like, or just listening to fucking people on you, not people. Let me not say that. Um, just different therapists and different ways of dealing with this shit. Like, especially if you have PTSD, you have any trauma or any shit like that. Like, yeah, you're more likely a lot of times in survival mode. So, just yeah. All right. Now here's the point. Triggers aren't random, right? You dig? Triggers aren't random, despite what we may think. It's honestly, in my opinion, a frequency match. Basically, you're the transmitter and the receiver. God damn it. You feel me? So you can omit that same frequency out and then wonder why it's coming back in, but not knowing that you're radiating that frequency to pick up what you get. Um, a sound today could resemble a sound from the past, like a similar, like we talked, similar tone, pitch, rhythm, intensity, and like okay, just for instance, like Elmo's World. Uh, uh, uh. Elmo's World. Now, if you hear that, where are you gonna go? Like this without the Elmo's World part, just the little jingle at the front. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna take you probably to Sesame Street, which triggers Big Bird, which triggers Telly, which triggers another time in your life as that at adolescent. You know what I'm saying? Like it just kind of it's gonna spark something. But the only difference is when it's trauma related, it's more so of a I've heard this pattern before. Activate protection mode. Walls go up. Whether it's yelling, screaming, not saying anything at all, shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I've heard this pattern before, or I pick up on it. So the walls come up. You know what I'm saying? Like break that shit down. So your body starts reacting and throwing walls up and doing, defensive shit because well before you even really know why you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? You kind of feel like you're extra guarded, but don't understand why on some shit. Like, why do I feel like I just want to jump off the table and do some shit? Um, and your body can, and sometimes does, react before you even understand why. Like, your heart rate just starts spiking for no reason, just going fast as hell. It's a weird tension in the room, or it increases, and then emotions start flooding in from each that fucking direction possible. So you're not only reacting to the present alone, you're reacting to layered time, which is what I talked about earlier. Instead of it being a linear thing that you're going through, like point by point, it's just all happening at once. Like you feel the past, you feel what's going on, like right then and there, whatever caused you to think about the past. And then it's also making you think about your future from a different perspective. So it makes it layered time. You know what I mean? And sound just doesn't live in one area of the body as far as like your mouth or snapping your fingers and shit like that. It's like its own nervous system that isn't seen throughout the body. When trauma is stored in the body, a few ways you can tell. This is what I'm starting to realize, even about myself. Like when I'm stressed out, it's my fucking shoulders. I'm doing this shit like constantly, nonstop, just shit. It's just like a aerial, like you can't satisfy the stiffness type shit. Like pause, hard pause. Don't y'all fucking clip that shit either. Hey, I just went viral somewhat sort of condom threads. Don't y'all fucking do that shit to me after I just got my name in this goddamn algorithm shit. Don't y'all fucking clip me on no fucking Diddy shit. No Diddy though. You know, man, y'all know what the fuck I mean. Look, man, say, just don't do it. All right. But um, nonetheless, like I said, for me, it's usually up here in the shoulders or like delt region type light area. You know what I'm saying? But muscle tension patterns, breathing change. I realize I hold my breath a lot when I'm like trauma triggered type shit. Um, Very startling responses, and like you don't. I noticed that about me as well. Like I want to hear what I want to hear, especially if I'm triggered. Like I don't. It's not really like if I want to hear rain, that's all I want to hear. I don't want to hear shit else around me. Like but that's also just me. Like I'm like to me in my head, like I'm creating my own soundproof box. You feel what I'm saying? Like, well, like I guess you could compare it to Archer sticking his head in this dirt type shit. If that's even emu or whatever it was. If that's even a thing. But yeah, I don't think I don't know. Now I think about that shit. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just like it's like when I can't I guess shut off the shit around me, it's like okay, I go to like music or whatever it is. Like it could be rain, it could be theta waves, whatever binaural beats, whatever the fuck it is, man. It's just like I said, it's just what I want to hear. I just want to be engulfed in that one area. Um, Often, you doing the tweaky shit. Often, healing is supposedly involved by rhythm-based tools, um, music therapy, drum patterns, um, slow breathing techniques with sound, controlled auditory environments, and on some weird ass shit, like the body doesn't heal through logic itself or reasoning. It heals through safe repetition of this, that, and the other. Um, in my opinion, music doesn't erase trauma. Are you slagging me, bro? All right. Now this is a twist in this case file, as far as I'm concerned. You feel me? Like, um, music doesn't erase the trauma. it more so reassociates it with something maybe more positive or maybe a little bit darker. IMO, you feel what I'm saying? When a safe sound experience overlaps an old emotional pattern, the brain can slowly update to a newer, um, more sustainable way of looking at it. I guess you know what I'm saying. So it's like this sound no longer means danger, or the repetition of hearing the sound hasn't equated to danger. You know what I mean? And that process itself is called memory reconciliation, which I mean, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's what a lot of people are telling, or the self helpers to do, or self help people are trying to tell you to do. It's not that it's to pretend that it never happened, but to reassociate it maybe more positively with something else you can grasp from the situation. You know what I mean? It's like overwriting an old audio file with a new emotional context. It's the same file, but just a different ending on some shit. Um, all right. So I'm gonna end it with this. So what is trauma really? Especially if it's not just memory. It's unresolved sound, unresolved emotion, trapped in a loop signal that you keep sending out. And what is healing? Not forgetting, but retraining the brain to hear the same world without all the danger and the trauma attached to it, type shit. Um, because most times I don't think your nervous system is out to punch you or punish you or do you harm. You know what I'm saying? It's trying to protect you from using old recordings that haven't updated, even when the threat is gone, imminently or not. Well, uh, this is another case closed. But as always, the archive is still running. Every sound you hear is either reinforcing the past or trying to rewrite it in some way. So the real investigation tonight isn't what happened to you. You know what I'm saying, per se. It's what sound does your brain still think are emergencies? I am the beat detective.